5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
This is About Space, America's return to space, with news and information on our U.S. space program. Is your host of About Space, David Denault.
In 1955, at a military briefing.
I take a great deal of pleasure in presenting to you today as our guest speaker, Dr. Werner von Braun. Dr. Braun.
Gentlemen, the conquest of outer space is the greatest technological challenge of the age in which we live.
Gravity. Its importance now with the ISS, but was theory in 1955.
So we have to go outside of the atmosphere. But once we are outside of the atmosphere, we have a free choice of any altitude we want. And the higher we go, the slower will be the velocity required to balance the gravitational pull of the Earth. For it is the centrifugal force in the curved orbit that cancels the gravitational pull of the Earth and keeps the object in its stable orbit. The Moon has been doing this for a number of million years, and the Earth is orbiting around the Sun, so the principle is well known and proven in Mother Nature's pattern of things.
But what happens when we spend longer periods of time in space? Zero gravity. Next, as America and the world is listening to About Space Today.
Mardi Gras is home.
We've all waited for a long time for this day, and so we are thrilled and excited to welcome Mardi Gras finally to her home here in Port Canaveral. We've invested billions of dollars to reduce our environmental impact, and so we're very excited at Carnival Cruise Line that this ship, Mardi Gras, is the first ship in North America to bring this technology.
Book your fun cruise on Carnival's Mardi Gras today. Call D&D Cruise and Tours at 877-747-8631. That's 877-747-8631. And come see the Caribbean. Come to the land of orange groves and palm trees. Come to the land of theme parks. Come to the land of sunny beaches and the azure waters of the Atlantic Ocean. So come and visit Florida for lasting memories. Email us. Email david.ddcruiseandtours@gmail.com or call D&D Cruise and Tours at 877-747-8631 for your next family, cruise, or theme park vacation. Let us provide you your next visit with our travel experience, not experimentation. We are members of IATAN and CLIA. Email david.ddcruiseandtours@gmail.com. Serving the Southeast, traveler since 1985. Welcome back. Prolonged periods in zero gravity can be a cause for alarm. Astronauts on the International Space Station exercise 2.5 hours daily. So what about long-term deep space travel like to Mars? What about anti-gravity from vast space?
A new space station artificial gravity startup is in the field. A cryptocurrency-backed company, called Vast Space, announced plans to pursue artificial gravity space stations to improve human productivity in orbit, as the company termed it. Vast Space is founded by Jed McCaleb, a billionaire behind the launch of 3 large crypto firms, such as Bitcoin exchange Mt. Gox. McCaleb is also the founder of a nonprofit called the Astera Institute, which seeks research in high-leverage science and technology areas. To expand human habitation in space, we have to create technologies that perfect sustainability. Vast says it is assembling a world-class team while rapidly making progress with multiple subsystem development tests, which at best indicates the technology is at an early stage of development. One of the advisors is Hans Koenigsmann, a former vice president at SpaceX. While microgravity is difficult on bones, blood and other systems of the human body, artificial gravity remains a concept difficult to implement in practice, even though we've seen it all over science fiction, from the classic movie 2001 and the Star Trek franchise to more recent entries like Interstellar or Passengers. One popular concept, the O'Neill cylinder, proposes using incredibly massive cylinders rotating in opposite directions to replicate gravity. Jeff Bezos, the owner of space exploration company Blue Origin, is among those proposing using them for floating space settlements. Unfortunately, however, O'Neill cylinders must be an eye-watering 20 miles, 32.2 kilometers, long and 4 miles, 6.4 kilometers, in diameter, which is far too large for our current technology. Researchers at the University of Boulder, Colorado have suggested rotating room-scale systems instead as a possible alternative.
Some say the ISS, the International Space Station, will end its services before the end of this decade. Check out our Facebook page, aboutspace.today, for launches and landings, and invite your family and friends to listen weekly. Join Don Meyer, Space Coast News Editor, this Friday for America in Space. And to all our listeners around the globe and here in the U.S., thanks for joining me. I'm David Denault, and this has been About Space Today.